Assalamualaikum and good day, Doctor. My name is ERLINA BALQIS binti Matno and my metric number is 287205. We are from Group 11. The theory we have chosen for the assignment is Social Cognitive Theory. Social Cognitive Theory is one of the most widely used and reviewed health behavior change theories. Social Cognitive Theory emerged from social learning theory, which identified that people learn from their own experiences and by observing the experiences of others. There are three major constructs in social cognitive theory that interact to influence behavior. The first one is personal factors, which consists of age, cognitions, previous experience with the behavior. The second one is environmental factors, an aspect of the behavior itself. Further strengthen the understanding of social cognitive theory, we have reviewed 8 different articles related to the theory. The first theory is Social Cognitive Theory, an agentic perspective. The method of this article is qualitative, where it states what is achieved through facts through the lens of an agent whose agency functions within a vast network of socio-structural factors. This article explores how a person's behavior change can be controlled or influenced. Humans are both producer and products of social system in these agent transactions. This article also discusses the paradigm shift in psychological theory, which contends that environmental factors automatically and mechanically shape and regulate human behavior. This article also discusses how the physicalistic theory of human agency affects social cognitive theory. People are not merely the onlookers of internal mechanisms controlled by environmental events, as has already been mentioned. In my opinion, social cognitive processes are spontaneous brain functions that have a significant impact. Emergent qualities cannot be reduced to their constituent elements since they are fundamentally different from them. Agent viewpoint is associated with the social cognitive theory process in which a person develops a personality or conduct under the impact of their environment or their background. The second article is about testing a social cognitive model of moral behavior, the interactive influence of situations and moral identity centrality. This article method is quantitative because this article uses 4 different studies to get different hypotheses. This article builds and assesses a social cognitive paradigm to examine the role of situational factors and the importance of moral identity in shaping moral intentions and actions. The authors also assume that if a situational circumstance made moral identity more accessible in the functional self-concept, it would enhance the motivations for the moral activity. The authors also predicted that different situational factors would be affected depending on how important moral identity is to a person versus to their overall self-concept. In my opinion, according to social cognitive principles, surrounding influences bring changes to a person's behavioral stance and subsequently give different moral results. The contextual elements that are the main goal in activating the moral self-schema which should make it more accessible to the working self-concept and thus produce a strong moral.
Then for this slide review article about a social cognitive approach to traditional media contents and social media use, selfie-related behavior as a competitive strategy by S.A. Michael, Y.Z. Ying, and T. Zaina in 2018. Mass media systems play increasingly prevalent roles in our life. However, the relationship between traditional mass media exposure and behavior on social media is unclear, particularly in the context of selfie-related behavior, which include capturing, editing, sharing image of oneself. Next, in the traditional of social cognitive theory, we agree that reality television's models a value system focus on the self and competitions with others. And the author also hypothesized a model where self-worth based on competition mediates the relationship between the reality television's viewing and selfie-related behavior. The method for the study is an online survey that conducted by Northeastern University. The participant was among undergraduate students who know as a heavy social networking service user. After 6 days, all the complete responses were collected and half of the participant was amended. They consist of first year students, second year student, junior and senior. They also identify themselves as a Caucasian American, Asian, African American and the other countries. For the finding, the author discovered a negative association between reality television viewing and selfie uploading, but a favorable relationship between the CSW competition and both compositions, as well as between the editings of the compositions and relation certifications. At the same time, the author suggested that for the future researchers need to spend additional times and resources on doing a true evaluations of the television's viewing category and putting these aspects of the participant media habit within the perspective of their overall media use. For this slide, I'm going to review the article about examining whether the social cognitive theory concept predict childhood obesity prevention outcome expectation by Dina S. Alexander, Chun Hua Chow, and Moya L. Alfonso in 2020. The author examined whether the social cognitive theory concept predict outcome expectations of childhood obesity among the children African American caregiver. The participant was African American caregivers, which is 128 people was included to complete the studies, and the question was based on the childhood obesity perceptions using a paper survey. They also need to fulfill a few requirements, such as they are African American or black people, know how to read and write in English, 18 years above, and so on. Next, the finding was reported about the caregiver have a high level of moral disengagement and self-efficiency, while for the moderate level for behavioral capabilities and environment. At the same time, there are also indirect effects of environment on outcomes. Expectations were not statistically significantly mediated by behavioral capability.
Assalamualaikum and good day, doctor. My name is YASMIN BATRISYIA binti AMAT. With metric number 2X7018, we'll be reviewing the 5th and 6th article. So, the 5th article is Reducing Bullying, Application of Social Cognitive Theory. Bullying has received significantly more attention from academics, psychologists, as well as from adolescents and adults all around the world. The methods used in this article are Cognitive Behavioral Interventions, CBI, which is to conduct a study as it may be the most effective method of prevention. The next is to conduct a Target Bullying Intervention Program, TBIP. The result for this study is the participation in the TBIP significantly decreased the quantity of bullying cases. Young people are more prone to bully others when they observe violent actions. Adolescents who experience domestic violence, reside in dangerous neighborhoods, and hang out with violent classmates are much more prone to bully others. The 6th article is assessing the determinants of internet banking adoption intentions, a social cognitive theory perspective. The social cognitive theory, SCT, is used in this study to identify the factors that influence internet banking acceptance intentions. These are some methods used in this study. The study chose its sample from Ghanaian bank clients, and the data were analyzed using 2 stages: confirmatory factor analysis and structural equation modeling. In this study, we can find that social features, integrity, lifestyle compatibility, and online customer services have a substantial impact on consumers' tendency to utilize internet banking. Next one is, this research illustrates how the type of internet accessibility might set restrictions on the use of internet banking.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is AULIA TANISHA MAULIZAL with metric 283577, and now I will be presenting the next article, which is The Social Cognitive Theory of Gender Differentiation and Development by K. Bassi and Albert Bandura, released in 1999. So this article presents the social cognitive theory of gender role development and functioning. The present article addresses the psychosocial determinants and mechanism by which society socialized male and female infants into masculine and feminine adults. Gender development is a fundamental issue because some of the important aspects of people's lives, such as talents they have, the conception they hold of themselves and others, the socio-cultural or structural opportunities and constraints they encounter, and the social lives and occupational path they pursue are heavily prescribed by societal gender typing. It is the primary basis on which people get differentiated with perspective and persuasive effects on their daily lives. Gender differentiation takes on added importance because many of the attributes and roles selectively promoted in males and females tend to differentially valued, with those ascribed to males generally being regarded as more desirable, effectual, and higher status, as said by Burskate in 1993. Although some gender differences are biologically founded, most of the stereotypic attributes and roles linked to gender arise more from cultural design than from biological endowment. Said by Bandura, 1986, Bell and Sternberg, 1993, and Epstein on 1997. So this article provides an analysis of gender role development and functioning within the framework of social cognitive theory and distinguish it from the theoretical formulation. Okay, so the next article is The Job Search and Social Cognitive Theory, the Role of Career-Relevant Activities by Jelena Zikic, released in 2009. So, in the study in the article, the social cognitive theory was used to explain the relationship between career-relevant activities such as environmental and self-career exploration, career resources and training, self-regulatory variables, variables from the theory of planned behavior or TPB, which covers job search attitude, subjective norm, and job search intention, and then the last one is job search intensity. So, based on the sample of the study, employed and unemployed job seekers, starting from high schoolers until freshly graduate students, found that in the article and study, they found that job seekers who spend more time in career exploration attended more training programs and used more career resources, reported higher job search clarity and job search self-efficacy. The findings of this study provide practical information on what job seekers can do to improve their job search clarity and job search self-efficacy and demonstrate the application of social cognitive theory for understanding and predicting the career search behavior.
For the last slide, I'm gonna talking about conclusion. To conclude the social cognitive theory, emphasize that evolutionary influence have a significant impact on human adaptability and development. Therefore, after reviewing all the article above, we are to come up with a news issue that can be conducted by applying the social cognitive theory. The new issue: the frequency of TikTok user among SMMTC students at University Utara Malaysia (UUM) is one of the new challenges that can be connected to the social cognitive theory. This new issue attempts to ascertain the extent of TikTok's influence and engagements on SMMTC students. The purpose of this study was to measure the frequency of TikTok user among SMMTC students of UUM. Last but not least is about methodology. We will conduct a survey with the medium Google form, which falls into the category of quantitative methodology. The survey will be filled with 3 sections. The first section is the demographic sections to collect general data of the respondents of the survey. The second section is the questions page, where respondent will be asked 5 to 10 yes or no questions regarding the issues of TikToks and the topic. And the last sections will be closing statements of the survey. The survey will be sent and distributed to the undergraduate students under the SMMTC of UUM with the aims of not less than 18 respondents.